Good morning, gang. Happy Wednesday from a still have power East Tennessee. We had some wicked storms come whipping through here last night. I mean, it shaking the house and everything like that. So I haven't gone outside yet. It's still dark or just the sun's just coming up. But let's see if I've got any damage. We'll see what happens. But okay, so I want to get into this one. Probably a lot of people didn't pay too much attention to it yesterday. But primary season has started, and for November's elections. And this is kind of important. You look at what's going on right now, and and I'll say this, multiple political parties that we have in the US, all right? We have the communist left, AOC, the whole squad, Elizabeth Warren, that whole Bernie Sanders, that whole crowd. You have the moderate left, the Joe Manchins, the Kirsten Sinemas. You have the Rhinos, and you have the America First Trumpsters. Only way I can put that one. All right. Well, it's very interesting to see how this is going in regards to primaries. Yesterday, obviously we're talking primaries, not general elections. All 22 Republican candidates endorsed by Donald Trump in Ohio won. Every single one of them. Now, as usual, I am going to say, do your own research on a candidate before just, because Donald Trump said he's good, he's good. All right. I want to remind everybody, Donald Trump endorsed Mehmet Oz in Pennsylvania, and that guy is such a freaking loser. It's unbelievable. All right. And I mean, he is the definition of rhino. So I'm not saying Trump has all the answers. He does not. All right. But at least what happened in Ohio yesterday is kind of interesting. This will tell you what the people do. All right. Now, what you do is one thing, but what the general public does is what I'm talking about. J.D. Vance, who's candidate for Senate, was in fourth place going into the primaries. Trump endorsed him. He won. Okay. A few weeks beforehand. I mean, just went from fourth place to poof, there. That'll give you an idea of what's going on. All right. Indiana, same deal. Okay. It's the American public, at least the Republican side of it, wants America first. They're sick of the rhinos. Hopefully, there's enough people out there. I mean, Mitch McConnell's not up for re-election. He snowed everybody 2 years ago. He's got 4 more years till we can get rid of his ass. But it's going to be very interesting to see what comes up and say, in Alaska, where you have a Trump-endorsed candidate against Lisa Murkowski or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of these that are going to be very interesting. The liberals, of course, are freaking out. The Washington Post, the paper owned by Jeff Bezos, obviously a liberal. Birdcage Liner would be 3 steps up. Jennifer Rubin, who's one of their reporters, she's in the news quite frequently because she is a complete leftist nut job. All right. Called J.D. Vance a Trumpist nut job. This was her quote. All these Dolan voters, Dolan is one of the guys who lost the primary to J.D. Vance, should get to know Tim Ryan. Tim Ryan is the Democrat candidate in November. If they don't want to criminalize all abortions, want people who respect election results and actually think government is there to solve problems, he might be their guy, because J.D. Vance is a Trumpist nut job. Miss Rubin, let me enlighten you on a little bit of fact, okay? Nobody wants to criminalize all abortions. Basically want to give the decision back to the individual states, not to the federal government. That's even in what's in the leaked Supreme Court opinion, okay? Not criminalizing it, giving it to the state's decisions, because what you may want to do in California is a little bit different than what we might want to do down where people still put God and country first, okay? Just a point. People who respect election results. Oh, would that be like Hillary Clinton in 2016? Yeah. Let me see. Russia, Russia, Russia. Can I remind you of those? You couldn't blame yourself. You couldn't figure out that you ran an absolute disaster of a candidate. No, it had to be somebody else's fault, and we have to spend 3 years in doing it. So, yeah, that doesn't hold water. Actually think government is there to solve problems? Right. Okay. Let's take a look at the government we have right now. How many problems are they causing? How many are they solving? 0. They're causing a lot. Okay. So yeah, getting to know Tim Ryan. We know Tim Ryan. Tim Ryan is business as usual. All right. I'd vote for Mickey Mouse before I'd vote for Tim Ryan. Even Mickey Mouse with all the Disney crap that's going on. All right. So this is where it's going to get very interesting, and why it is so important that people learn about who is running in the fall. And I know there's going to be plenty of you saying we don't get to elections, and if you've got a crystal ball and you know that, sure. But right now, I'm going to still go on the fact that elections will be held the first Tuesday in November. All right. Until something else changes that's still what is planned. Yes, I know you're going to talk about a war, martial law. I hate to tell you this, we still have elections during both. Okay. Well, can't really tell about martial law because we haven't had there, but we still have elections during wars too. So, it's just interesting because Trump is definitely a kingmaker. And what everybody thinks about Trump, neither here nor there. If he's on the ballot, if he's not on the ballot in 2024, who knows? But his thoughts, his endorsement still ring very, very, very powerful. Because honestly, tell me who the leader of the Republican Party is. Really, seriously. Who would be the kingmaker? Mitch McConnell? I wouldn't listen to him. Okay, Kevin McCarthy? No, really don't care about his opinion either. All right. Maybe a Ted Cruz? Maybe. I mean, that closest we got to somebody who would have wrested away the endorsement from Trump, that's about it. Trump is the leader of the Republican Party until somebody unseats him. Kind of like Biden's the leader of the Democrat Party, except we all know that's still Obama, not Hillary Clinton. Obama's the one who's still the kingmaker. Joe Biden gives his endorsement to somebody, people go big effing deal. Obama gives his endorsement, that's a different animal. Okay, so we know who the leader is over there as well. Just pay attention, because the candidates that are running are going to determine what happens to this country. There was a article that came out or a study that came out after the leaked Supreme Court decision the other day, that all of a sudden the Democrats are on an uptick on maintaining control of the House and keeping the Senate. I mean, they're still way behind, but, all of a sudden a little more people got interested. Like we said in the live stream last night, diversion. Let's talk about abortion, a hot button topic all the time, so we can deflect from the economy, the southern border, the crime, the Hunter Biden scandals, everything like that. Let's talk about something that's a hot button subject. And as I said in the live stream, I'm not. My abortion stance is a little different. Okay, in case of rape and incest, I'm okay with it. All right. Anything else, form of birth control, hell no. But does it affect me directly? No. 55 years old, I'm not having any more kids. Okay, that's not going to affect me. However, the economy does affect me. The southern border does affect me. Crime does affect me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Those are the ones that are important to me. The Democrats are hanging their hat at this point on let's see what we can flip everybody, get everybody interested in. Mark my words, they're going to come up with all the normal topics, the abortion, the UBI, all sorts of stuff here in the next 6 months to enlighten, or activate the Democrat base to get them all fired up. Oh my God, the Republicans are going to put you back in chains and all this sort of stuff. Remember that line. Expect it. Don't believe it, because of course what they say leading up to an election and what they do the second after they win elections are totally different. This all affects us big time in the wallet. I know people are going to say all the time, this is a politics channel, not a prepping channel. I hate to tell you this, guys. You have to know the cause of what you're prepping for. You can't just blindly go willy-nilly through life and go, in case something happens. You're a lot better prepping if you know who the enemy is. You don't go to battle and go just shoot anybody. That's how this all works. Have a good one. Pinball out.